Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to my learning. So today we are going to discuss about the practical examples of data types. So anyone here um, going through this session who has not gone through the previous session on data types, please do watch them and come back here. Otherwise, you will be having a little bit of confusions here. So let's start because we are dealing with the practical examples of the previous class. Now, as you can see, this I have opened my Eclipse IDE, my editor, and this is my Eclipse IDE. So to start with, we have to create a test project here. That if you want to write any line of code, let's create a test project here. So to create a test project here, we'll go to Files, New, and you see here Java project. So since we are dealing with Java, let's create a Java project. It will open a pop-up like this. Let's give some name for this project. Let me give like test Java project. Okay, and make sure um, this option is checked. Sorry, this option is checked. User default JRE. So once I create, I will explain what is this. So let's click on finish. Now, yeah, do you see this on the left side? You have your test project created. Once you click on this arrow button, once you open this folder, you will see the JRE system library. So these are libraries from Java. So we need these libraries to write code in Java on this project. Otherwise, it's not going to work. If you open this, you will see a lot of Java libraries here. These are jar files. For example, you can see here if you extend this, see those are ending with .jar. So these are Java jar files which we need. So that's why I told you to check the uh, that particular option while creating the project. So now you will see on the down you will see an src folder. So under src folder we are going to create our classes for Java where we really write our code offline. Okay. So now let's create the classes. Before creating the classes, let's right click here and let's see what are the options we have. We have a number of options here, but before we have a class as well. But before creating a class, you have to create a package. Let me explain why we need to create a package before a class. um, a package is nothing but a collection of class. So you can create a number of packages. Let's say I have a package 1 and package 2. So in package 1 I have 5 Java classes. In package 2 I have 6 Java classes, right? So these 5 Java classes which are in package 1 will be a set which have a similar behavior or which is used for a similar purpose for the entire project, but the logic will be different. So in order to categorize them easily and to maintain in those project classes and logics in a systematic way, we group them. To group them we need package. So that's why we said this is a standard industrial procedure that we have to create a package. Even also you cannot create a Java class without package because it will create a default package. So let's create a package here. um, there are few naming conventions that we have to follow, but in this session I'm not going to uh, go through those because I don't want to stress you more. Let's play around this and let's create our first project. Then from there, from that base, we will build the rest of the things. Okay, let's give package one. Okay, let's don't bother about the naming conventions. That everything will cover in the upcoming sessions, but just focus on what I'm doing on the IDE, how we are writing the code, what is the code to be written in how, which format, and how we are running the code. So once you get this, the basic thing, others will build from there. Okay, we have given the package name. Just click on the finish button. Do you see this? Here a package is created. Now let's right click on the package and now let's again go on new and we'll create a class, right? So if you see a class, the class is created on the source folder. Source folder is nothing but it is from the test Java. Under test Java, under src we are creating and the package name is given here, right? And let's don't bother about any of these things. um, let it be how it is. So let's give the class name. I mean, I will explain all these things. We have a great sessions, continuous sessions, that we will be going through all these things. Why it is public, why it is not private, why it is not abstract, and everything. Okay. So let's give a class name here. So I'm going to give uh, Java class. Okay. First Java class, that would be better, I think. First Java class. Okay. I have created a class here, first Java class. So once I create a class, you see there is a file opened here, and this file is nothing but it's a Java file. Okay. So if you see the extension, right, dot Java, and what are these lines which came inbuilt while creating a class? So this is nothing but it is saying, okay, this class is inside the package called package one. Okay. And now this is the class name, first Java class. Okay, and it's saying this is a class, not a file. In Java we say it as a class. Okay, and this public, right, it is a kind of um, it's a access specifier, but let's think in this way. This is a kind of variable which will say, hey, this class is public, open to everyone. Let's understand in this way at this moment. It's not exactly correct, but let's understand in this way. This class is open to everyone. This is a public class. Hey, you can come and access whatever you needed. When I say you can come, whatever the files inside this test Java project, not this. If you see this, let's ignore this project. But I'm saying whatever the classes inside these two projects, first two projects cannot come and use this class because these are outside the different projects. But the project test Java, right? If let's see, they have uh, other package and other classes inside it, those can come here and access whatever I have written here, right? Because it's public. So let's keep in this way, as simple as it is as of now. Now, uh, we have learned on the data types, right? We have learned like we have primitive data types, non-primitive data types. In that, a lot of classification. So I'm not going again back to them. But what's the first data type we have learned? We have two categorization: numeric and non-numeric under primitive data type, right? So in the numeric data type, what we have learned first thing is byte. So let me put in this way. So I want to write x equal to, let me put 36. Okay, once you write a line, let's give semicolon here. Okay, that's the standard and syntax in Java. But even though if I put x is equal to 36, it's not taking, if you see here, it's throwing some error. Variable declarator id expected after this token, something it's saying. What is it? Because we have learned for number we have lot of data types. We have byte, we have int, short, long, right? So we have this many data types, but the Java here is confused. Okay, you said, hey, you said x is equal to 36, but I don't know, man, whether it's int or byte or short or long, right? So for that, you have to say, hey, I told you x is equal to 36, and it is a data type of byte. Okay. So do you see this now? The error vanished away. It's not there. Correct. Yeah. So now let's run this program and let's see what is happening. So once we run a program, we have to see something in the output, right? Let's see that. So I'm right clicking it to run the Java program. You can right click on the file and you can go run as, and you can, oh, what is it? There is nothing to be run. If you see, when I say run as, it's navigating run configuration. Okay, let's click on run configuration and see. See, it's opening some windows and something, something, right? So this is not the right format. It should say run as some option for Java runner or to run. It should be there. Why it is not there? The problem here is when you write a piece of code here and you ask the editor, hey, run this, the Java compiler or the Java here doesn't know, hey, from where I should execute. Should I execute from the fifth line, or should I execute from the third line, or should I execute from the first line? So we have to tell the Java, hey, this is your executor point. From here you should execute, because Java is a line by line execution. It will, if you declare a executor point in fourth line, it will come down and it will execute next first the fourth line, then it will come and execute the fifth line, then sixth line. So it's a line by line execution. Here we have not mentioned the executor. Okay, the point of executor. To mention the point of executor, one thing is, we have a method called main method. What is a method will come later at the end of the session, but we have a main method concept in Java. So just type main, okay, in the small caps, the small letters, and now let's click control and space bar. Okay, do you see that a pop-up came and the first option in the pop-up is main, right? So let's click on enter. See, something came, right? So this piece of line with two curly brackets, one is open and close, is called main method. Okay, a method is nothing but a collection of code which is used to, or which can be invoked wherever or whenever it is required. Just think, or let's have in that way for this class. Okay, once this class is ended, I will show what is method exactly and what is the difference between main method. So method is a collection of code. We can put a block of code, not a collection of code, a block of code that we need in these two curly brackets. When I say a collection of code, where it collects inside these two curly brackets. Okay, so we'll put them and we'll keep it safe, and whenever I need, I will call that method. That is method. But main method is a method where the Java can understand, hey, this is my executor start point. Okay, so now let me put this piece of code inside this main method. Okay, so I have put this piece of code inside the main method, right? So what was the previous problem that we are facing? We were not able to run the program, right? So now let's click on run as. Do you see this? We have an option called Java application. So we are writing code in Java, we have a class in Java, and we are we have to run that as a Java application, right? So let's right click on run as. Okay, then let's right click and go run as, and let's see Java application. Now let's click on it. Okay, see, nothing happened. It ran actually, but nothing happened. Nothing. Where is it? Where is the output? So are we expecting something to show an output at least? No. Okay, I was expecting 36 will be displayed here, but it was not. Right, it was not displayed. Why? Because if you see, even this is declaration, this is not console. Wherever an output is declared, that portion of the editor is called console. Even the console itself not opened, if you see. Okay, because we didn't say, hey Java, x is equal to 36, and it is a type of byte. The data type is byte. Now in the console, show me the value of x. We have to say, show me the value of x. We have not said that. We just said x is a data type of byte, and the value is 36. That's it. We have not said like, hey, go and show the value of x, or go and print the value of x in the console, or go and print the value of x in somewhere. We have not said that line anywhere. So to say that line, there is an inbuilt statement to be printed or to be typed. So be careful. I mean, be um, concentrate on this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to type system. Sorry, system. Okay, I'm going to type system. See, never mind. This is from my other project. So let's close the declaration. I'm going to type. Okay. Anyway, Now let's right click, run as Java application. Nothing happened, right? So I just want to show the declaration is that small portion of declaration is not part of any of my project here, right? So let's type system type dot type out. Okay, again dot. Now type print ln. You have a lot of other print options. You can type print ln as of now. So you see the first option came, type enter. So inside the print ln, just put x, whatever you want to print, just put it as x. So now let's run this program and I will explain what is happening. Do you see this? 36 is printed, right? So what happened? What is the backend thing happened here? So the moment when I go and click Java option, I'm right clicking on this particular class and going to run as and click on Java application. What is happening here is the compiler or the Java will go here and see on the fifth line, hey, I have a main method here, so I should start from here. So it got the main method here, right? Why main method? I said the name of the method is main. Will definitely explain details about the main methods. We'll split. I will definitely explain what is public, what is static, what is void. But it's too early to discuss now because I'm just trying to explain a simple program how to give some values and how to show them or how to print them in the console. So definitely we'll go through this, but just be with me uh, for this class. Now see what is happened. So the moment when I clicked on run as Java application, it says, hey, I see the main method here, so I should start from here. Okay, it started. Now it comes on the sixth line and it says, hey, nothing is here, so there is nothing to be executed here. Next it comes on the seventh line and it thinks, hey, I see some lines, let me check what is this line. So okay, in the line uh, the developer is giving like x, declaring a variable called x, which is of a byte data type, right? And the value he has assigned is 36, and it is ending here with a semicolon, so the right syntax, so it understands. Now it comes on the next line, that is eighth line, nothing here. It understands, so nothing to be executed or read, nothing to read here. Now it comes on the ninth line. So in the ninth line, it whenever it sees system.out.println, and it understands, hey, they're asking me to print something, so let me see what is that something, and it comes inside the bracket. Okay, they are asking me to print the value of x. So the value of x is 36, so it gets printed here. Okay, so that is how it works. Now we have learned the range of each and every data types, right? So let's see. I'm sure you will be remembering at least the range of uh, byte. The range of byte, don't you remember? It's 128, right? Yeah, positive. I mean, in the positive section. Okay, that's fine. You can see here. It's sorry, in the positive section it's 127 and it's 128 in the negative. So minus 128 to positive 127. So let's see whether the things that we have learned are accurate. So I'm going to give here 127. Okay, so there is no error now, and let's try to execute it. You see that 127 came. So let me change it to 128. Do you see? Do you see the error? It some error is throwing because the range is not inside the byte, and it's asking to change the type to int, because we know the range of int is bigger than byte. So the 128, the number 128 doesn't come inside byte range. So that's the reason it's thrown an error. Okay, anything that which is coming inside 128 can be given here, so it will not throw an error because it knows, okay, this is inside my range. Now I given 125. Perfect. Now let's see int by int, right? So int, I will give as num. Let's give let's see the what's the maximum range of int. As I said, it's not necessary to remember all this range, but let's remember this range at least. Okay, so this is the maximum range of int in the positive. So let me give it here and let me give the semicolon, even though it's showing error because there are few commas in between. So Java won't accept commas as a declared variable. So now let's see. And whatever you see in the small letters, I mean in the yellow line, right? Those are just warnings. You can uh, uh, ignore them because spelling mistakes or you have to add them in the dictionary. Okay, so that's why it's just warning, so you can ignore it. Those are not in the red line. So now I said int number is equal to this one, right? And now let's print the same thing in the console, because since it's a line by line execution, this system.out.println is only for this byte and we are giving x inside it. So now we give x here or number here? Yeah, good, we have to give number here because we need to print number here. Now let me run. Do you see that it give 125 and the int number? Because it's a line by line execution, it comes here, it understand x, the byte x 125, then it prints the x. The next line it comes int num, so the num value is this, it understands and it prints the num value. Now as I said, we have to the uh, positive largest value. So let's try to give or add 8 at the end, so it doesn't come inside int, so it clearly says int is out of range, right? So it will not work. So let's give the same number. Now what else we learned on the last class? We learned about um, byte int short s equal to, let's see what's the range for short. This time let me take the negative value. Let's remove the comma in between, not needed. Let's take the print statement and let's put it here. Let's print, we need here s, right? Let's print, see, it came, right? Now let's try to give an out of range statement, it's throwing an error, right? So that's it on short. Now one more thing I have given s, is the Java case sensitive? Let's try, let's check it. Instead of small s, let me give capital S. Okay, the moment when you give capital S, it's throwing error with red lines. Let's see what it is showing. It's showing s cannot be resolved to a variable, which means it's not a variable. We have not declared anywhere. These are variables. Small s is a variable. Number is a variable. We have declared it. We have made a declaration that okay, small s equal to -32768. But we have never said the capital is something. So that's the reason it's throwing error. So definitely Java is case sensitive. Okay. So byte is done, int is done, short is done. Now next is long. Long L equal to, let's see, let's take the range, because definitely I can give in a long, I know I can give like 2 3 4 5 6 7, definitely it comes inside it, no error. But let's take let's see whether whatever we learned, right, those are correct ranges, whatever showing here. Let's give it here, let's remove all the comma here. Okay, we removed every comma in between the numbers. We have given uh, semicolon at the end, so it ends with the right syntax, even though it is throwing an error. Why? Because as we learned in the long, we have to end with L. to understand this is a number is type of long. Otherwise, what happens? Java consider all the numeric numbers as default to integer. If you have not said, hey, this is uh, long. So to say, hey, this is not integer type, this is long, you have to give an L at the end. You can give small l or even you can give capital L. That doesn't matter. But let's give small l as a standard. So we have given it. Now let's print it. Let's run it. See, it printed here. Now let's check whether the range is correct. Let's give 9 here at the end. So it's throwing error. So the range is correct. Okay. Long is done. What else we have? Byte in the short long. On the first classification of the numeric data type. What else we learned? We learned next is floating point, right? In the floating point, we learned two things. What is it? Float and double. So let's declare float first. Float f equal to 12.3 y semicolon y. Yeah, here also one issue is there. As we know, float and double are the data types to deal with the decimal points. The default, by default, when you give a decimal point, the Java will consider it as a double. Okay. So in order to say, hey, this is not a double, I'm not going to store a variable, a value after point. I'm not going to store a value after point more than 7 digits. We have learned it, right? If the numbers after the decimal point is inside 7 digits or within the 7 or even the 7, it is float. If it is more than 7 up to 15 digits, then it is double. We have learned it. So but by default Java is going to take it as a double, so we have to say, hey, this is not double, this is float, which we have explained the same case as long. We have to give an f at the end. Now let's print float here. Okay, so I have to give f. Right, now let's run it. Let's see the console. See, 12.3 it came. As I said, it can hold up to 7 digits after the full. This is one digit. Let me do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now it now let control s. Let's save it. See, it printed here. Okay, what happens if I increase the range? Let's see. 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let's run it. Even though you can give how much you need, but it's not going to print in the console. It's going to print only 7 digits after the decimal. Okay, good. Any questions? No. So fine. Yeah. So one question here. I said the float will hold 7 digits, but if you see after decimal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 6 digits I see. Why is 6 digit? That confuses. I know. Let me check up to where it printed. 4, 5, 7. Yeah, up to here, right? Let me take out this. I will explain why. Now, whenever you make a change, you will see a star icon here, which means those changes not saved. So just click Ctrl S. Now let's run again. See, here it again says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. But where is the 6? The problem here is it actually takes 7 digits in precision, but it round offs the last 2 digits. If you see 6 is not here, but 7 is printed, which means that is not this 7. It's not this 7. Even though this is 6, it round offs to the next value and it says 7. Hope you got it. So it doesn't promise every time I will print 7 exactly. I will print not every time exactly I will print 7. It round offs the value. Okay. Oh, understood. So can we get the old one? Yeah. Okay. Now, next is double, right? So double d equal to. Let's put the same example here. We no need to show it as f because it's double. Okay. Now, uh, yeah. So now let's uh, let's see what is the error. Why this error? Okay, there is no decimal point. We just copied the points after decimal. So that's the reason here. Now let's put the println statement here and let's see. And let's save this. As you see star icon here, let's run this Java application. What happened? Oh, sorry, we are still printing the f, so we have to print d, right? Java application. Do you see this? It takes more range than the double. So we have gone through all the numeric data types which comes under primitive. So we have gone byte, short, int, long, floating, double, right? So we have gone through all this. So in the next session, I will explain about the non-numeric primitive data types.